Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, so today I'm talking about goals that you may have for your sketchbook this year. I'm saying this year, even though it just turned 2025 last month. It doesn't matter what year you actually start this. It doesn't even matter what day, week, or month you start this. So let's just say starting off the right way when it comes to your sketchbook goals. Okay, so there's several of them that I'm going to talk about, and that is goals. But mainly, you have to start somewhere. I'm willing to bet that a lot of you out there listening right now probably have that dusty old sketchbook that has been hanging out in the corner of your closet for 8 months now. You haven't put anything in there, even though you know you should. Could be in your desk drawer, staring at you every day you open it, going, you know what, I really need to start drawing. But for some reason, you just can't find that extra push, light that fire under you. And it's probably because there's excuses. Okay, probably the biggest one is the fear of messing up. Okay, you got this nice pristine sketchbook that a friend got you or a family member got you, and you don't want to mess it up. I get it. We have more expensive sketchbooks than others, and it's nice white paper or cream colored as if it's, moleskin. And you just don't want to do anything to it. Well, I'm here to say that it's impossible to mess up a sketchbook. Your number one goal for that should be to throw away any notion that you're going to screw up and then you're going to ruin your sketchbook. Because let's face it, all of the artwork that you put in your sketchbook, it doesn't even have to be creature doodles like this. It can be watercolor, it could be charcoal, it could be experimentation with new colored pencils. It could even be wax art. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing it with. The point is that you are actually starting the art, because that's where it is. You have to start somewhere. If you suck at first, that's fine. There are things that if I started today, I know I would suck. I cannot play the guitar. I can't. I could probably do the drums. Guitar, no. I would have to practice, and I would be awful at it, and nobody would want to hear me play it. Okay, but if I just stuck with playing the guitar every day or every other day, then maybe, just maybe, in a couple weeks, it could be deemed worthy to listen to. All right, so when it comes to art, though, especially sketching in your sketchbook, all of these doodles that we put in there, they're not for anybody else. They're for you and you only. So treat your sketchbooks as a journey. This is why it's important to date your work, to number all of your sketches, because you are telling a story not only with yourself, but maybe your older self later, or your kids, family members, whoever. It's also just awesome to reflect on the journey that you've come on, because it's like going to the gym and wanting a six-pack the very first time you go to the gym. That's not happening. Okay, it takes a little bit. You got to go maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week. You got to change your diet. Okay, you got to eat healthier. You got to put in a little bit more cardio. And all of a sudden, if you stick to it, you're going to start to notice little differences here and there. Well, guess what? The little differences add up. So if you're starting your sketchbook journey this year and you go, you know what? My perspective really, really is garbage. Well, how would you make that not garbage? You would practice day in and day out until you get something satisfactory. And then maybe your vanishing point looks better. Maybe your perspective lines look better, freehand, you don't even need a ruler anymore. And all of that stuff really does add up. Let's talk about another goal, and that is writing down your short-term goals, for instance, 1 to 3 months, and then your long-term goals, 3+ months. Okay, some people may argue that. Some people are like, well, long-term is like 6 months to 8 months out. It doesn't matter. Just not now. That's a long-term goal. Write the stuff down. When you write down your goals, it actually helps you hold yourself accountable for it. This isn't just with art, people. It's with anything, any kind of goal, financial goals. If you're wanting to run a business, what milestones do you want your business to hit in 6 months, 2 years, 5 years? Do you want to be financially independent? And 2 years, do you want to have all your loans paid off? There's a lot of things that you can think about when it comes to just writing down goals. I have been on this. Hold on a second. I don't want to lose my train of thought, but I have no idea what that thing is, and it's awesome that I don't know. So let's see if we can add some spikes to it. By the way, those of you that are just trickling on into my station because the YouTube algorithm thought it was a good idea to show me draw you beasties, welcome. I accept all colors, all ages, all walks of life into my channel. If you want to learn how to draw creatures, I do it for games and film, and I also just do it for fun because I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. But anyway, without me losing my train of thought, let's start talking about writing down your goals. So let's say you have your paper out. Oh, by the way, physically writing down your goals, that goes a long way. It goes a very, very long way into helping you remember stuff. Yes, we all have apps on our phones, and we can text the notes. We all have, well, pretty much all of us have laptops now, so we just write down our goals and stuff. That way, we type it out. But writing it down has been proven scientifically to help your memory. You actually remember stuff better if you write it down. Write it down in your sketchbook. Let's say you're doodling a page like this and be like, you know what? I want to learn how to master 3-point perspective or 2-point perspective in 6 weeks. Write that down. 6 weeks, 2-point perspective. I want to design creatures and characters for a video game company in 3 months. Write that down on the page as you're drawing the subject matter that you want to get better at. All right, it's like you can go as far as listen to soundtracks while you're drawing in the genre of the subject that you're drawing. If I want to do some really cool, subtle sci-fi, maybe a tad post-apocalyptic. Heck, even the Book of Eli. I love that movie. I think I'm accidentally drawing a xenomorph here. I'm going to change that. But yeah, the Book of Eli is really good. That's definitely post-apocalyptic, a little bit of sci-fi. Well, not really sci-fi in there, but definitely post-apocalyptic. Annihilation. I don't think that movie gets enough love. But everybody also wants to do post-apocalyptic stuff. I do. I love it. I'm totally guilty of that. Post-apocalyptic stuff is awesome. Okay, this thing's pretty ugly. But anyway, goals. Writing the stuff down definitely helps. So write down what you want to achieve and have that in front of you at all times. All right. Let's start talking about more goals that you may have. And these are more specific. So let's say your short-term goal or a goal that you want to get better at or meet in 2025, since that's this year, is landing 2 to 3 big clients. Okay, and I will attest to this. If you're wanting to freelance full time and just not have to worry about money, which who here listening to me wants to worry about money? Nobody does. All right, it's good to get a minimum of 3 well-paying, consistent clients to make a pretty decent income. All right. Now, the word decent is thrown around. Decent to one person is freaking awesome to another. Okay, if you're making $3,000 to $5,000 a month off of just client work, it's pretty good. That's a living. You can live comfortably on that. You can eat good food, and you may even have a little bit of spending money after that. Going out money. And then decent to other people is well, if I'm not making 10 grand a month, that's not decent. It's okay. That I'm getting into a little side rant there. I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, back to this beastie while I'm talking about specific goals. So let's say you want to become a character designer with a certain company. Cool. Write down the company. Who is it? Not just, I want to be a good character designer. No, because if your characters are awful and your anatomy is awful, then you're going to have to put some extra love into anatomical studies along with becoming a better creature designer and a character designer. If you want to become a good creature designer and you feel like you're not creative, it could just be that you have not studied enough of real-world animals to pull the imagery from your head in order to make stuff. That's all. You know, the same thing could be said with weapons and vehicles and whatever other subject matter you may think of when it comes to game art and film and such. All right, so write down those specific goals like character designer, creature designer. I want to design weapons, etc. But, you know, I'm talking about character design. I'm talking about all that stuff. I still want to relate it back to physically having a sketchbook here. So sketchbook goals. You know, let's say you just want to fill a sketchbook. And I have a video about that, how to fill your sketchbook. I go into different thumbnail tactics like I'm doing now, where maybe you're kind of caught off guard with being creative in general, or you feel like you're not creative, or maybe you feel like your patience runs thin pretty quickly. Well, I have a solution for that. You know, if you draw quickly and then refine those sketches at a later time, or refine the sketches as you're drawing them quickly, couple all the lines together and let's see what happens. It'll actually help you fill space. You know, notice how the space in my sketchbook, there's enough room for the eye to rest, but I'm also thinking about the composition in the sketchbook. It's also really good practice just for composition in general. Trying to fill a sketchbook and seeing if you can make the sketches on the page different sizes. It always looks good. Well, not always, but a lot of the times it looks good. Right, so it looks like I'm doing a little crab here. Maybe like a little lobster. I don't know. Some kind of crustacean from another planet. That'd be kind of neat. But anyway, if you have trouble thinking up of ideas, maybe you're not studying animals enough. Okay, try to combine animals. That's a huge tactic. This is what I tell creature designers all the time. If you're trying to fill your sketchbook for the first time, which is a goal, if you're trying to become a good creature designer, which is also a goal, so you know, hit 2 goals right there. Study animals of Earth that interest you, and then try to combine a minimum of 3 different animals together into a new critter. All right, so for example, a dragonfly, a kangaroo, and a lizard. Like, that would be crazy. Another combo, maybe a red herring, a bearded dragon, and a blind gecko. Like, hey, who knows? Or a bearded vulture, an emu, and a python. What would that look like? If you can think up of any crazy combos, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear these. Also, if you want to name these creatures right here, that'd be cool too. So let's put number 1. Number 2. It kind of looks like Pumpkinhead. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, those of you horror buffs, you know who Pumpkinhead is. I've rarely talked about that thing. Lance Hendrickson. He directed it. You know, Bishop from Aliens. But Stan Winston Studios obviously did all the makeup. But still, rest in peace, Stan Winston. He was like my idol for so long. Rick Baker too. All right. Now it looks like this lobster has a giant nose. I totally did not mean for that to happen, but it's also a happy accident, so let's see what happens. So these goals that I'm talking about, you know, filling your sketchbook, actually going out and buying a sketchbook. Okay, sketchbook goal that I want to talk about next. This one is probably going to rub people the wrong way, but I need to say it. Sketchbook goal number 4? Get over yourself. What does that mean, though? I'm not just trying to be a jerk here, but what does that mean, get over yourself? It means all of the things that you feel are taking up too much time in the day so that you can't draw. Everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. Now, I understand we all have busy lives. We do. We got kids. We may work crazy hours. Whatever it may be. The people that do have time have the same 24 hours as somebody else who doesn't have time, quote unquote. Think about what's eating up most of your time. Okay, I understand. You want to kick off your shoes after a hard day's work. 5:30 rolls around. You just dealt with road rage. You just dealt with a bunch of traffic. And you just want to sit down on the couch and watch Netflix, don't you? Yeah. Well, you can watch Netflix and draw. Okay? So get out that sketchbook. There's no excuse. See, the thing is, when we become stagnant by doing the same kind of thing over and over again, there's no growth. There's no growth at all. And if you find yourself wanting to draw, but telling yourself there's not enough time, you need to stop doing the things that are eating up time. We all have that. I have that. I have to catch myself sometimes. Be like, you know what, Bobby? You don't need to go there. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. Just get the work done. Procrastination is awful, but we can overcome it. If I can overcome it, you guys can overcome it. All right? But we need to get over ourselves in order for us to overcome it. So hopefully these sketchbook goals came in handy, or they're about to come in handy. I think to finish this off, look at how scribbly and messy this is. I'm going to do something. It kind of looks like the optic nerves at the back of an eyeball. Ooh, let's do that. Let's just do an eyeball. Get the iris in there, pupil, all that crazy stuff. Oh yeah, we're going like old school D&D right now. Let's add some wispy shapes to make it look like it's passing through space. Not outer space, I mean space as in like the physical place that it's taking up. Alright, so I haven't really shaded much on any of these, except for the first one. So I'm just going to hint at maybe a little core shadow right here. Just to kind of round it off. There we go. So let me know in the comments below what you're working on. I love hearing those comments, and I do read all the comments. Check the links in the description for our Discord, and feel free to contact me about my mentorship. Just comment below mentorship, and I will reply to you. Okay. You know what? That was a lot of fun. I'm not going to add color this time. I'm just going to keep it raw, and hopefully you guys all have learned something. Thank you for joining me on this little journey today. I hope you guys, I truly hope this. I hope you get your sketchbooks. If you own one but you haven't opened it in months, open that sucker. Okay? Start drawing, start doodling. And I wish you the best. I know that this year is going to be awesome for you, but you have to allow it to be awesome. So no excuses. Get over yourselves. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.